So after 20 episodes of Nisekoi, it's finally come to a close. It's going to be sad knowing that this series is not going to continue on airing next week and the week after that because, I mean, we've been watching this for almost 2 seasons now, and it's felt like a very long time. So it's going to be kind of heartbreaking to know that the series is finally gone. Now, this episode-wise, let's talk about the episode. Now, everybody's favorite female character, anybody that has a certain individual character they like Sugumi, you like Marika, you like Chitoge, or you like Onodera, everybody had their own represented screen time in this episode, so everybody got a little bit of closure for Season 1 of Nisekoi. Now, did the overall plot element get finished in this first season? No. Everybody probably predicted a long time down the road that probably the conclusion of the romance would not be finished in this final episode, which was obvious. So let's look past that entire factor and look at what this episode did. This episode, once again, had a lot of romance in it. There was some comedy in this episode, a lot of good comedy, but at the same time, it mainly focused on the romance aspect, and at the same time, it felt like this entire episode was to cater to all fans of each individual female character. For instance, every individual female character had their own moment with Raku to really say, like, maybe it was some form of closure to her romance in this season. Like, for instance, Chitoge had her moment with Raku, where they made up, and then Chitoge said she didn't really hate him, she kind of hated him, and so I like that entire moment. It pretty much like wraps up the romance right there for this season. And then we go over to Onodera. We get to see the nice Romeo and Juliet scene between them on top of the rooftop, which is very cute, a cute way to end season 1 of Nisekoi, and I enjoyed the way they did that with Onodera and Raku. That was just so cute, and the animation was amazing. And then you have the entire scene with Marika. Oh my god, just the scene of bro and sis, that was some pretty fucked up stuff. I'm gonna be honest, but that was funny. That was a really funny moment, and I definitely say that the entire play section, that was the comedy of this episode, but everything else was more on the serious line of just, romance developing. But I like Marika's entire way she acted with Raku, and the way she just fell down onto the freaking trampoline, and you see hearts going up every time she bouncing. That was a good moment. Very good moment for Marika fans. And then Sugumi. It felt like out of all the girls of this episode, Sugumi got shafted the most. For instance, what I mean that is that she barely got any screen time at all. I mean, she had some screen time, but barely at all compared to the other girls. So it's kind of upsetting there, because Sugumi has always held a special place in my heart, along with Onodera. So finding out that Sugumi really didn't get much closure this episode like all the other girls was upsetting. But really, every character had their great moments, and I enjoyed it. Shu was hilarious. I loved his subplots he kept adding into the entire play. And so, overall, this episode was enjoyable. An enjoyable Nisekoi episode. Am I happy the way Nisekoi episode 20 ended? I am and I am not. I mean, it's okay. I'm just upsetting because we never got to see the conclusion of the plot, like I said. But overall, I feel like Nisekoi, would I recommend this series for other people to watch? If you are a big fan of rom-coms and you love, stuff like that, and you want something that has beautiful animation from start to finish, I recommend watching Nisekoi. Do you want something that concludes the romance plots? I guess do not watch the show, because definitely you will not get that, which was obvious from the very beginning. But still, I feel like everybody should at least try to give this a watch at least one time in their life. If you don't like it, I guess drop it, but still try to give it a watch and see what you think about it. So anyways, everybody, this is going to be my final anime review on Nisekoi. Now, what would I rate this series, honestly, from start to finish? Comedy-wise, it's given me a lot of laughs. I've had the most laughs I've ever seen from an actual rom-com. I mean, I love the way the expressions on each individual character's faces were. They're so adorable. The animation was top-notch. I love the animation. Not the best I've ever seen, but the animation was fucking beautiful. And it had some creepy moments, especially with that baby in the past. So, honestly, what would I rate this? Let's see here. I'd probably rate it, for story-wise, the story's kind of lacking, as we already guessed, so I'd rate the story about maybe a 7. Comedy-wise, definitely probably an 8.5, and then overall, my honest score of this entire series, I would give it an 8. I would give this series an 8 for just, it's done some good things. I like the way it turned out. Definitely, Chef couldn't have animated this series any better. They did a good job with it, and so I'm satisfied. I really am. Would I watch a Season 2 of Nisekoi if it was to air? Yes, I would. I would definitely watch a Season 2 because I do want to see the conclusion of these romances. So everybody, I love you so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.